Okay, so it sounds totally crazy, but get this. Something is gonna blow up, and maybe it'll happen super soon. Like, maybe even while we're talking. Then, bam, it'll be like a mini sun blasting light all over the James Webb Telescope. Basically, Betelgeuse, that red star on Orion's shoulder, has been acting weird. It's gotten, like, way brighter recently, up 250%. Some folks think this means it's about to go supernova, which would be wild. When exactly? Nobody really knows, though. So, let's check out what's going on in space and try to figure out what's up with this giant star. Even if you don't know the name, you've probably seen Betelgeuse. It's that bright, reddish star on Orion. It's huge. If it was in the center of our solar system, it would stretch past Jupiter. Most stars are pretty steady, but Betelgeuse changes brightness. It's close enough to us that we can see these changes. Because it's a semi-regular variable star, its brightness goes up and down. This might mean it's about to explode in a big way. Lately, it's been getting brighter, like when it had a major surge on May 20th, 2023, 142% brighter. A bit later, it was up 150%. Andrea Dupree, an astrophysicist at the Harvard-Smithsonian Center for Astrophysics, said that Betelgeuse is up to the 7th brightest star in the night sky. It used to be 10th. Down in the southern hemisphere, Betelgeuse is easy to spot in the evening sky. Dr. Sarah Webb, an astrophysicist from Swinburne University, says that Betelgeuse is important because we can check out a massive star's final moments. That gives us clues about how red giants act before they go boom. If Betelgeuse blows, it will light up the night sky for about a week, maybe even cast shadows. Heidi Morris, a researcher at Los Alamos National Laboratory and president of the Pedro Space Scientists and Cosmology Club, mentioned that people have always been into Betelgeuse's wackiness. Right now, Betelgeuse's brightness changes every 130 days. Usually, it's 400 days. These quick changes are a great thing for scientists who want to learn about a star's final days. Betelgeuse started acting strange back in 2019 when it burped out part of its atmosphere. The brightness shifts are weird even for Betelgeuse. This made people wonder if it's about to become a supernova. According to Dupree and some other researchers, it'll be 5 to 10 years before Betelgeuse goes back to its normal 400-day cycle, since its light and speed have changed. Even though it's being a weirdo, Betelgeuse is still a huge red supergiant star in its last, rapid stages. When it runs out of fuel, its core will collapse under its weight. Then boom, a big explosion that could darken other galaxies. Dr. Doc, an astronomy professor at the University of Portsmouth, said that it's hard to guess when stars will blow up due to limited info and the fact that stars are complex. Betelgeuse is making new elements right now, switching from helium to carbon to oxygen to silicon and iron. As a red giant star, it's turning helium into carbon at its core, which takes millions of years. But at some point, it will start fusing heavier stuff until it can't fuse anymore. After that, everything collapses and it might become a black hole or a neutron star. Some people are saying it will pop soon, but records show that it's been getting redder lately. It might be a while. NASA thinks Betelgeuse will blow up maybe 100,000 years from now, so we're probably good. Still, its craziness keeps scientists interested and helps us learn more about stars. Dr. Sarah Webb reminds us to be open to anything. Even though it's not likely, seeing Betelgeuse explode would be amazing. By watching it, we might make some cool discoveries. Remember, we're looking into the past. The light we see from Betelgeuse is over 600 years old, meaning it might have already exploded, but we don't know it yet. Of course, that's just a possibility. We've been wrong before about space. Before 1987, people thought only red supergiants could go supernova. But then, a big blue star in another galaxy blew up, shocking everyone. There's still plenty to learn, so keep an open mind. By watching Betelgeuse and other massive stars, we can get a better feel for what's up there. Even if it doesn't blow up soon, Betelgeuse is still pretty darn cool. The fact that stars change on human timescales is wild. Also, even though Betelgeuse is brighter than we thought, it may eventually go back to its normal cycle. However, newer studies suggest that Betelgeuse might be in its final phase, going through changes near the end of its core carbon-burning cycle. That's where it turns carbon into heavier stuff like oxygen and magnesium. If that's true, scientists think it might collapse and go supernova in just a few years. Since it is hard to say exactly how far along Betelgeuse is, scientists don't know when it will explode. This carbon-burning phase can take up to 1,000 years. Okay, so maybe Betelgeuse blows. The early signs will be light, neutrinos, high-energy photons, and expanding dust will sweep across Earth. Then, it'll get brighter in the night sky, maybe becoming 10,000 to 100,000 times brighter. Anyone who sees it will probably freak out, and it'll be a big event in space history. The leftover explosion might look like a quarter or half of a full moon crammed into one spot of light. You could see it during the day and cast shadows at night. Some say that Betelgeuse could get 15 to 100 times brighter than Venus, which is already super bright. This light show would last for at least 100 days, which allow space nerds to check it out closely. Luckily, it won't hurt us. It's pretty far away, so we can watch it go down with our telescopes without a problem. Even so, such a crazy event would get people talking. Supernovas are usually seen as bad omens, so Betelgeuse's death might get some interesting reactions. Overall, scientists think it would get people excited about the night sky. Betelgeuse isn't the only red supergiant out there. Others, like Eddie Carney, might blow first. Our own Milky Way should have a supernova every 30 years or so, but we haven't seen one in 400. We have seen leftovers from old explosions, so we're due for something big. It's just a matter of time. There have been odd and cool incidents over the years. In the fall of 2019, it suddenly got super dim. Scientists still don't know exactly why, but it went back to normal by April 2020. Because it's easy to see from home, so keep an eye out. If it goes supernova, it will be an amazing show. As we keep watching Betelgeuse, it's a big deal for both scientists and amateur sky watchers. The fact that it's changing brightness means we can study how dying stars act. Basically, this star is acting strange. Recently, it got way brighter, something like a 250% increase. Some think this means it's about to go supernova. But who really knows when? Some experts think it could happen pretty fast. Betelgeuse is huge, by the way. If it were in the middle of our solar system, it would reach past Jupiter. It's easy to spot in the Orion constellation. Unlike most stars, Betelgeuse changes brightness. It's a semi-regular variable star, so its brightness goes up and down. Because it's now a lot more clear than usual, so it's been getting lots of attention. Back in May 2023, it suddenly got 142% brighter, then another jump to 150%. Now, it's the seventh brightest star in the night sky. One astrophysicist, Sarah Webb, says Betelgeuse is a great chance to check the end of a big star's life. If it blows, it could be super bright for about a week, casting shadows at night. Another researcher, Heidi Morris, says people have always been interested in Betelgeuse's weird brightness changes. Right now, its brightness cycle is about 130 days, much shorter than usual. This gives scientists a chance to study a star's final stages. So, what's up with Betelgeuse? In 2019, it burped out part of its atmosphere. These brightness changes are weird, so people are wondering if it's about to explode. But one paper says it'll be 5 to 10 years before it goes back to normal. Even though it's acting up, Betelgeuse is still a massive red supergiant, burning through its fuel. Eventually, its core will collapse, causing a gigantic explosion. But hey, it's tough to predict when these things will happen. One astronomer, Dr. Doc, said explosions are hard to predict because we don't have enough info. Betelgeuse is busy fusing elements, helium, carbon, oxygen, that kind of thing. NASA thinks it won't explode for another 100,000 years, so probably not in our lifetime. Even if it doesn't blow up soon, watching Betelgeuse helps us learn about stars. And remember, the light we see from Betelgeuse is over 600 years old, so it might have already exploded, but we just don't know it yet. We are always learning new things. Observing Betelgeuse and other massive stars help us learn more. Betelgeuse's changes show us mind-blowing physics. There's hope it will be back to normal. The possibilities of seeing this explosion is exciting. And if it happens, early signs will arrive with neutrinos sweeping across Earth. Hopefully we are lucky enough to witness an event and mark it as a point in cosmic history. Also, this star's not the only red giant out there. There are others that could blow first. Our galaxy should see a supernova every 30 years or so. Also, Betelgeuse had a big dimming in 2019 that threw everyone for a loop. If the supernova happens, it can for sure be seen from our homes. Advanced tools like the James Webb Space Telescope are helping us learn a lot more. These explosions are important because they make the elements needed for planets and life. If Betelgeuse blows during our lifetime, it would be awesome. And the rush to learn more would provide more space exploration. Whether or not it happens, it will expand our knowledge of space and might inspire future scientists. One interesting thing about this star is how inconsistent its behavior can be. These eruptions are a sign of its instability. The knowledge is valuable to understand how stars interact. Understanding the depth of these stars can also help understand the larger-scale processes that have influence in the Earth system. Also, the elements that Betelgeuse will produce will pave the opportunity for international collaboration in astronomy. The interest to explore the star has inspired public engagement. There may be building excitement from non-professionals to go supernovae. In addition, there is cultural significance also because of the Betelgeuse film. It helps keep public interest alive.